What's up, everybody? This is Robert Ferguson, your nutritionist, a guy who shares because he cares. Thank you for being here. I'm going to give it a second so that those who are catching me live will catch me live, because today we have a double broadcast, and I want you to be informed of what we're going to be covering later. And then I want to share with you a really cool story. And it's a story of inspiration that I believe will help anyone who is wanting to lose weight, get off meds, improve health, just take everything to the next level. You know what I'm talking about. Well, we're going to talk about that. And then if you have questions and you catch me live or the replay, feel free at any time to submit those questions. I do go back. I do check through the comments, and I will do my very darnest to answer any questions that you guys have. And that includes everybody. Okay. And before I forget, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which links are provided, as well as our Telegram channel. Now, the Telegram channel, we're just now getting it going. And when I say we, it's like all of us. But the person that I'm doing Telegram with is one of our Diet Free Life coaches. So she's helping people and doing her thing on the East Coast. I'm back and forth from East Coast to West Coast, but that's Lisa Marie. So Lisa Marie will 100% be with me when we go on Telegram. And Telegram is one of those cool, I don't know, it's interesting because I know Facebook doesn't like when you encourage people to go to, Telegram because it's outside of Facebook. But we use Facebook and love Facebook the same as we love YouTube and the same as we love LinkedIn and the same as we love Telegram. So the goal here is to optimize each one of these platforms. And with Telegram, it feels like it's like a radio show where people can call in, you can unmute, we can have just like a gathering where everyone can participate. You can ask questions, you can hear questions from other people. We're there to help, and it's freedom of speech. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. There's no banding, there's no blocking, there's none of that kind of thing. So I like that. So we'll go live tonight. We're going to talk about intermittent fasting. And there's some things that you want to know about intermittent fasting. I've talked about intermittent fasting. I've been on quite a few television shows, other people's podcasts. I'm not against it, but I am not for it either. And I will share with you the negatives of intermittent fasting, not for someone who's 25 years old, but any of you who care about your health, specifically your skeletal muscle, which is a big part of your health. You don't want to miss our conversation about intermittent fasting. And if you know anyone who's doing it, you know what? You want to know what I'm going to share, and you can forward that show to them so they can hear from someone who doesn't have all these positive things to say about it. But again, I'm not there to beat it up. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Now, if you guys have any questions, feel free to pop up the questions. And last but not least, we have our gut health challenge. I'm telling you, it'll be here any day. It is right around the corner. It is right around the corner. And if you want to get healthy, if you want to be healthy, I don't care what you're doing. If you have a personal trainer, if you're doing a nutrition plan that your cousin recommended to you, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care where you're at. And I'm saying this in a positive. Everyone benefits from gut health. Everyone. There's quite a few people who are sick right now, and they're going to treat the symptoms and not really speak to the cause. Their symptoms that they don't like may be tied to the balance of their gut health. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, and we're doing it. So if you haven't signed up for the Gut Health Challenge, I strongly recommend it. Look at all these other challenges that are out there. People say they're going to do this, say they're going to do that. And if you've been with me for any period of time, okay, let's say at least a year or two, but some of you, it's been over 15 years. I always put on a challenge toward the end of January, never in the beginning. And there's a whole bunch of reasons for that we've learned over the years. Okay? All right. Now, today is storytelling. Today is storytelling. And this is a real story that just happened yesterday. And it's a story where I believe you will gain quite a bit of insight in. Okay. And I'm debating on if I want to use real names. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make up some names because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, because it's not about that. It's a real story, and it's going to have a really good ending. And it's a story about both losing weight and getting healthier, and gaining all the weight back and not being healthy. So it starts with this woman named Betty. And Betty saw that I was posting on Facebook, and she reached out and said, "Hey, tell me about this program. How can I get coached by you, Robert?" And so I had a special opportunity for her to be coached, and she became my client. And she's a type 2 diabetic. She's on certain medications, and she wants to lose weight. She wants to lose weight. So we begin the process. She starts learning about the Diet Free Life methodology. She had known of me years ago from my infomercial days. And so she was familiar, but she wasn't aware of the updates, right? Because we made a lot of updates. So what she was aware of was old, was outdated. We've progressed in a lot of areas. So that's why some of you who reach out to me and you say, "Hey, I bought your program years ago and it's sitting in the closet, and let's say 15 years has gone by." Well, 15 years, a lot changes in 15 years. Now, I think it's great that you have the old program, but that's not what we're doing right now. So anyone who catches that, you're just not informed. You're not up to date. So, could you use the program? You could, but if you have any level of insulin resistance, it's the last thing that you would want to do. Okay, well, anyway, let's get back to the story. So I'm helping out Betty, and Betty starts losing weight. Next thing you know, we get off all the medications. She loses all the weight that she wants to lose. She is on fire. And when she first started working with me, there was this lady that she would see all the time, and they would have these conversations because the other lady was a diabetic, and she was watching Betty lose weight every week, blood sugar levels better every week. Everything's getting better every week. And the other lady, she said, "Hey, well, my client tells her, 'Hey, Robert probably has room. I can get you set up.'" And she's like, "Oh, no, I'm good." Well, her diabetes gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And we're not going to talk about that story. And bless that lady. I mean, if she's alive, because I believe she was starting to have all kind of problems, but she didn't decide to go with Betty. So Betty loses all the weight. She's feeling great, and she's off of her medications. And here's the cool part. I mean, it's all cool, but this is like the cherry on the pie, if you know what I mean. She's no longer a diabetic. She is no longer a confirmed type 2 diabetic. Her diabetes is in remission, and for the most part, fully reversed. Hemoglobin A1C is great. Everything is great. And she calls me, and she says, out of our appointment, "Hey, I'm going to take a break from the coaching." So my recommendation to her is, I said, "Look, I'm going to give you my strongest recommendation. I don't believe you're at a place where you should stop the coaching. Now, if you can't afford it, okay, that's a whole different conversation. But if it doesn't kill you financially, which it didn't, I think, let's keep the coaching. I mean, we don't have to talk every week. We don't have to talk every 2 weeks. Everybody's different, right? I have some coaches I have a monthly call with. I have some, or clients. I have some clients that I talk to every 2 weeks. And then I have clients who I coach, once a week. And believe it or not, to some people's surprise, I have some clients that I'm in touch with almost every other day, and sometimes daily. It just depends. But Betty decides she wants to like go on her own and try it on her own. And I said, hey, the door's always open, but I strongly recommend that we keep the coaching going for a little bit. Well, she didn't go with my recommendation. Now, she did all this other time when we lost the weight and reversed the diabetes and saved money that way. But at this point, she wants to, and I got to respect that. That's fine. Well, right after that, she gets a phone call, or no, this lady who sells shoes named Connie. Connie sells like shoes that she makes for people who have type 2 diabetes. And it helps them as far as circulation, right? You've probably seen people wear socks for circulation and all that stuff. So Connie goes to where she lives, and there's a whole community, a neighborhood. And Connie is the diabetic shoe lady. So she runs into Betty and she goes, hey, Betty, let me know. I'm getting ready to put in an order for some diabetic shoes. Do you need shoes? Or do you want to put in your order? Betty goes, oh, I'm good. I won't be needing that anymore. So Connie goes, what do you mean you won't be needing that? Betty says, well, I'm no longer diabetic. And she could see that she lost a lot of weight. She goes, oh my goodness. So she tells her back, she says, yeah, I got this food coach, this nutrition coach. And Connie goes, well, can you put me in touch with them? So Connie calls me and she's just motivated. Now, one, I hurt Connie's business a little bit because that was one of her customers. The good news, and Connie was happy for her, is that she no longer needed to be a customer because she don't have neuropathy. She's no longer a type 2 diabetic. She's living her best and healthiest life. So Connie becomes my client. And I'm working with Connie, and some time goes by. And yesterday, Connie, had her coach call, and she's down 30 pounds. And she is feeling amazing. Her blood sugar levels are down. She is just rocking and rolling. So I'm talking to her. I say, you know what? I'm going to text Betty and let her know, because she paid it forward, right? Betty told her about me, and Betty gave her my contact info. And so Betty played a huge role in why this lady is 30 pounds lighter, feeling great, health is better, and she's not at her goal weight, but she is really close. So I text Betty. I say, hey, Betty, I just want to let you know, I hope you're doing well, but the shoe lady, Connie, she's down 30 pounds. Woohoo! And Betty was so sweet and always nice. She was like, I am so happy for her. That is awesome, Robert. Thank you for the update. And I'm doing okay. And then she put in there, and I've basically gained 30 pounds. So Betty gains 30. And I said, I texted her, like, how's your blood sugar? And she shared with me, it's not going in the right direction. She gave me numbers. It is not going in the right direction. And I said, look, I'm here for you. And she goes, I've been thinking about it, and I'll be in touch. Now, I don't know if Betty's going to be in touch or reach out to me at all, because we actually had this conversation not too long ago where I just checked in, sent her a text, and just said, hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. And she goes, I think I'm going to be coming back. She didn't give me any numbers. I was like, hey, you're always welcome. Well, 6, 7, 8 months goes by, and wherever she was 6, 7, 8 months ago is now worse. So here's what I want you guys to be thinking about for your own. Always keep your critical hat on, meaning you want critical thinking in place. If you ever do something that works and it's something that's not painful, it's not hurting you, you could live with it, right? And it's giving you a benefit. I understand this as a sign to keep doing what you're doing. When things are going great, you don't change it unless something else is causing you to change it. Right? So if you make fat burning meals and you eat a certain way and it works for you, don't stop doing that thing that works for you. What you do is you figure out, or you ask yourself the question, okay, you could be God, it could be to yourself, it could be write it on paper. How can I keep this going? That's all you got to ask. You got to go, well, what if I lost my job and getting a new job? Okay, can I afford it? Okay, I can afford it, so I'm going to keep that going. I can afford it. Certain things that I eat, right? Some people do okay when they have what we call fast carbs, like bread and pasta and couscous and quinoa and all those things, and they continue to lose weight. Not a problem. Some people, depending on their situation, their level of insulin resistance, they will do way better if they stick to eating their foods in a different combination. Maybe more slow carbs, broccoli, asparagus, and they get really good results. So through your own eating, you know what is helping you the best. So ask yourself, what can I do to keep that going? Well, it could be, I need accountability, because people start to swing in a direction they don't want to go. And if you remove accountability, it happens to the best. And now it's all psychology, because you know what you want to do or what would be best for you, but you're embarrassed sometimes because you gain the weight back and your ego's on the line. And it's like, and you feel like, okay, well, I'm just going to try to lose some weight first before I get back with Robert, or before I get back with whoever. When you find something that works, keep doing it, unless it's hindering or hurting something else. If it's not hurting anything, don't stop. Figure out where the work is. Some people got the nutrition down. They got the activity down. They may not be the best at working out and all that, but they're active. But it's a mindset thing. They have a hard time getting it together. So those people, sometimes when I'm coaching them or they're working with a coach, those people get blocked because they're not being honest with themselves. If they were honest with themselves, they would then be honest with the coach. I can't tell you how many women are not successful with losing weight and improving their health because of the person they live with. And then we can flip that. I can't tell you how many people or women would be successful, or guys would be successful, but they're blocked because of the person they live with and spend all the time with. And it's not just husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, all that. It could be friends. It could be friends. And some of us want a friend so bad, or want to make things work so bad. And I get it. If you're married, you got to make it work. And we lack the ability to communicate with the person that we really would benefit from communicating with. And we don't, and here's where I'm going to end it. We don't know how to implement boundaries. Boundaries. Once you understand how to implement boundaries, which includes learning how to cope and learning how to communicate, then it all works itself out. I hope this makes sense, you guys. I hope I shared something to either reinforce your desire to optimize, or relight that fire so that you can be successful. If you want a free consultation, you can reach out to me. You can contact us through my website at dietfreelife.com. Sometimes some of us just need someone that we can talk to just to bounce things off. And when you bounce things off, it does give you a sense of peace. And anyone who's on medications, there's a lot of people that I've met over the years that I didn't get the coach, and they were on meds. And I know that as their health got worse over the years, a big part of why their health declined was because of the meds. And so many people don't know how to eat. And no one's teaching you how to eat. I mean, that's what we do, is teach people how to eat, how to use food to be successful. Now, if you go on all of these different social platforms, you'll see a lot of people encouraging supplements. And this is not a, I don't lead with supplements. I lead with food. I lead with real life. My clients are eating regular food. And when we say they lost weight or they look better or their health is better and their GERD is better, we don't say it's because of a supplement. It's because of food. And once you really get food down, then you can supplement to really maximize. You don't lead with supplements and then say, I'm going to bring in food and really max. No, that doesn't even make sense. But people will run, they will buy, they will pay for a supplement way before. Not all people, because I have a lot of clients and our coaches have clients. But people will pay for a pill, a powder, before they will pay for education and be informed. This is the ongoing challenge. In an ideal world, it'd be great if we could marry the two. Imagine, and I always tell my network marketers, I'm actually going to interview a very famous network marketer next week. And the reason why I'm going to interview this famous network marketer next week is because she makes millions of dollars, has made millions of dollars, has a big heart. So she's a kind person. She's really smart. She just happened to get into network marketing. And where her and I come together, and why I want to interview her, is because it's an example of a supplement person meeting with a nutrition health person, and there could be magic there. There could be magic. I know that I contribute a lot to help network marketing people because they don't know food. It's just people that have a side gig that's pushing a supplement, which I think is really sad. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to do work with Modere initially. This was a company, and I ended up being on their science board because the goal was that we were going to make available real nutrition education to their distributors, which means their distributors would be more informed and they could help more people. That makes total sense. And even at this moment in time right now, there's not one network marketing, not one multi-level marketing company that pushes nutrition as a big part of their philosophy, the culture, and all that goes with that. They push supplements, and I have a hard time with that because I know a lot of supplements can be a negative to some people. They may be doing more damage. I mean, I don't know. But then there's some supplements that I like. I take so that's why I'm not against it, but it's gotta be the right fit. It's gotta make sense. So I'm gonna always lead with nutrition. That's why I love the title Food is Medicine. Food as medicine. All right, you guys. Anyway, Betty, if you heard that story, don't be upset. I love you. I'm in your corner. I'm ready when you're ready. And because you did a great thing. One, you are a success. You haven't completely gone back to being a type 2 diabetic, so you can turn it around. 3, you encourage this woman, Connie, and she is on fire right now. She's on fire. And you lit the spark. So now you got to take back control for yourself. Okay, so you can be celebrating with Connie. You guys should be going out together and laughing over a fat-burning meal. And who knows, maybe you two start a local group and start helping other people. I don't know. But I know all things are possible for those of us who believe. I'm Robert Ferguson. I want to say thank you guys for listening in. If you have not registered for the Gut Health Challenge, do it before you forget, because the price will go up a little bit. And right now there's a saving for early. And because we're almost at the halfway mark for January. Then it's February. Jeez. Now tonight, and if you don't want to miss, like if you're not on Facebook, I would say make sure you sign up for my YouTube channel. And then make sure you hit all, because you want to be notified all. So whenever we go live or we upload a new video, you'll be notified. So at least you know it's there, and then you can watch or listen at your convenience. But do that because people aren't always on Facebook or always on LinkedIn. And then the link is there for you to follow us over when we go to Telegram and keep the party going. All right. I'm Robert Ferguson. You guys, I got to go. I got some crazy things going on in my world right now. So let me get back to that crazy and keep my fingers crossed and just hope for the best in all areas. And I want to encourage the same for you, and sending positive vibes and blessings back to you, your family, and all that you do. I'm Robert Ferguson. This is my truth. I share because I care. Until the next one, peace.